Hi, Erin. How are you? I was just finishing up my toast, so I was on mute for a minute. How's your day? Playing with my settings here. Trying to make sure I'm on subscriber only, but I don't know where to look. Hi, Spirit. How are you? It's sunny outside. I hate to completely shut the window because I want to soak up some rays, you know? And I haven't been feeling great this morning. I don't know. Well, I suspect why, but because I didn't eat very well last night for dinner. So I think that's why I'm not feeling too hot today. Plus, I have had some congestion, and so I think that's what's making me kind of feel like lightheaded and a little bit dizzy. Doing well. Oh, hanging out with your daughter. That's nice. It's nice. Well, I'm just getting organized still. I do have a couple ideas in mind for what to work on today. Gonna move this. This is in the way. Hi, Lorna. How are you? Yeah, a couple ideas for what to work on. I'll probably be hanging out for an hour or two. Of course, you know, my content here is not going to be super riveting, I don't believe. So you're welcome to come and go and have somebody else on in the background as well. And yeah, do have a good day, darn it. Spirits, you're funny. Oh, yeah, these things pass. This is a little stomach upset kind of thing. So I wish I'd saved this project, because as I was doing it, I thought I should save this for one of my crafting lives. But I was so anxious to work on the finish here. So this was completely silver when I got it, and I can show you a picture. But I recently got some of that rub and buff finish that you can put on frames. I mean, basically, you can work on anything. And I got a variety of gold tones to use. Where did I put it? And I kind of played with it a little bit to see which of the golds I liked better. Okay, here it is. Of course, I brought it out and forgot I brought it out. So have any of you worked with this before? I had in the long past and hadn't recently, so I got a new set, ordered it on Amazon, direct from, well, it came from the supplier. It's cheaper in a 3-pack. They're quite expensive for this little tiny tube. But a little goes a long way, so these actually last a really long time. Oh, decluttering is an ongoing process, Spirit, though. It's a lot. I love that you're all here. Thank you so much. Come and chat. I know you can chat with each other and hang out and try to keep an eye on the chat. So I have this to work on. See, it has a couple spots that I still need to work on. Oh, yeah. Your mom used it. Yeah. So the inside, I thrifted this for myself because I didn't have, I just loved the look of it. I love the little feet. It's in really great shape as far as the hinges go, but I didn't really like the finish. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of what it looked like for you. Okay, get my brain working. Photos. Yep, there it is. So this is what it looked like before. So it might have had a silver finish on it at one time, but it had rubbed off. And looked very much like just kind of base metal. So, hi Apple, how are you? So, and I want this to be shinier. I haven't buffed it really yet. I only put on the finish. And as I was putting it on, I was also taking it off at the same time. Like maybe I was using too much. So I decided to stop where I was. And here, you know, I didn't put on too much, but it does need to be filled in. And I honestly, I wasn't sure if I liked the look of the silver showing through or if I wanted it to be solid. I like the worn look, but it's a little bit hard to perfect. And I think I need to use a little more elbow grease to get that. Maybe polish off the high points a little bit. So we'll see. See what I end up with today. A lot of my projects are like, I have an idea in mind, but I don't know exactly how I'm going to get there. So, so I have gold leaf color. I have antique gold, which is a little bit more, you know, kind of reddish. And I have Grecian gold. The reason this has tape all over it is because it came to me damaged in the mail. And me being the thrifty one that I am, I decided to just save rather than trying to send it back and get a refund and all that. I just decided I can still use it. It was basically still sealed up here, but it had been punctured in the mail in a padded envelope, which actually was it? Yeah, it was a padded envelope, but these weren't wrapped individually. They were just thrown in the padded envelope. So anyway, it still works. I just thought I'd wrap it up and try to keep it fresh that way. So first time I used this recently, I didn't use gloves and it's kind of messy and I really love just using my hands for this kind of stuff. So I decided to do glove today. Trying to remember which color I used. I think it was the gold leaf. Oh, it might have been the Grecian gold. Which one? Let's see. I made a little key for myself. I think that's the gold leaf. I think that is antique gold. See, this is where I get stuck. There's a dark wax that you can buff into crevices. Yeah. Yeah, and I also have the this stuff, which is just foundry wax. So that might be the thing you're thinking of. But this one is like a bronze, like a statue. It's called statue. So I might end up using this over the top. We'll see. Oh, now I gotta figure out which is which here. Okay, that is definitely the middle one. I think that's the one oh God, it's hard to tell. Let's see if it's the antique gold. Try a little bit back here. Let's see, you can just rub it on. Actually, I kind of like that. I think I'm going to do antique gold on the top of whatever it was that I put on. I think, yeah, I think what I used before, I used this brush to kind of work it into the crevices. You can see as you work it in, it's also, at the same time, it sort of pulls it away. You're going to have to put it on and let it sit for a minute. Okay, so I'm going to let that sit. And yeah, it's clearly not the same color. I was going to try to buff it a little bit, buff the top, and see what happens to the finish. See if I can get it to be a little shinier, or if it's just going to take off stuff on the high points. How's everybody doing today? Good day. Thanks for coming and joining me. Yeah, it does kind of take some off the high points, which is not bad. I like to show the detail and things when it has this much detail. You can see it's kind of polishing it up a bit. You can see there's like this spot I don't like, so I'm going to work on that. I'm going to work on adding a little color to that spot. But yeah, it'd been a long time since I'd had any of these rub and buffs, and I'd never really, I don't think I've done a project like this before. I was trying to remember. Hi, Bonnie. How are you? Good afternoon. So what do you guys think? Would you have left it alone the way it was when I found it? That sort of dark silver tone. Oh, thanks, Bonnie. I debated about it when I found it. You know, I didn't pay much for it. Like I said, I just got it at a thrift store for myself. I'm worried about working this top back and forth too much. I don't want to loosen up that hinge. You see the inside's pretty nice. It's velvet lined, like a burgundy color. Yeah. I don't know the maker. No, honestly, I haven't Google image search. It does have a number down here. Like an inventory number. Well, yeah, that's just kind of taking the finish off more. Yeah, I think I'm going to just add some more of this antique gold. I think what I had on here was gold leaf. But as I put it on here, it sort of gave it a little more pinky color, which I think I like. Yeah, so I'll give that a go. And then I thought I'd do a little bit of wire wrapping. I've had these polished, heart-shaped polished stones that I've been wanting to wire wrap into like pendants or a little pretty, you know, you can hang it in a window kind of thing. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I wanted to preserve the integrity of the piece as a vintage piece, or maybe even antique. It's hard to tell with these. I know they did have things like this 100 years ago, but this could be a reproduction. So I didn't want to change it too much if it was, you know, something special, let's say. But at the same time, I wasn't loving that finish for my own decor, so I wanted to get that gold color going because I prefer that. Okay. And it does say to let it dry a few minutes before you start really buffing away on it, so I'm going to do that. I like how that looks with the different gold in the different spots. Gives it some dimension. Oh, kitty. No. Were you guys watching Trisha this morning and Joe was sitting right next to her, right by the camera? I thought it was so cute. You gotta love our furry friends. What you doing, Mace? What's up with you? She wants to sit in the window, but I have too much junk in the window. Maybe she'll find a way to squeeze in. Oh, I really like just sort of the not perfect look. I don't know if you could tell. Yeah. Do you wish you had a tail like that, Apple? But she doesn't like the smell. She just caught a whiff. She just caught a whiff. Get your tail out. Don't want to get it on the velvet. Let me grab a paintbrush up here. So I don't have zoom on my camera. So I just have to get it closer if I want to let you guys see it a little bit closer. Let me know as I go along. Let me know if you have suggestions for me or ways to make it better for you as a viewer, because I'm not, you know, I'm still new at this, so I'm not an expert. Okay, Macy. What are you looking at me for? What do you want? Okay. So I'll give it a couple minutes. I think that's what the instructions said that I read. Because what my mistake was last time is I started buffing it before it had a minute to set. And then I was just basically removing it. So don't want to do that. So yeah, this project won't take too long to wrap up today. I still help work it into the crevices a little bit more. That was Macy. Girl. Here, I'll let you get in the window. Move some of this stuff out of the way. There you go. Get in the window. Get in there. This is a cutie that one of my viewers sent to me. A little kitty with a, I think it was supposed to have like a fish on a, I don't know what, because it has like a little basket in the back. And it's an UNESCO. I'll Google image that and see what comes up, but I think it's missing something and I was going to fix it or do something with it. And I love this little planter. Love it. I bought from another YouTuber. Love this. I gotta find a nice place for that. So I made a spot for you in the window, Macy. Jump down. Jump down in the window. Oh, I do want to do the bottom. Didn't do that. Oh, goodness. She's making me think that she's going to knock over some glass that I have up here. She just wants on my lap. All right. More trouble than the worst sometimes, those kitties. Bottom has this really pretty fleur-de-lis pattern on it, which I think is a little bit wasted on the bottom, right? It's helping get it in the spots. Okay, I'll let that set. Now it should be time for me to be able to buff this top part. Let's see how it comes out. Well, thanks everybody for the thumbs up. Appreciate it. I don't really honestly know how much it affects your algorithms on the channel or affects your ability to grow your channel, but we're told that it helps. Okay, I'm gonna set this aside. I'll probably do a little show and tell on these shows for you too, because it just gives us a chance to kind of hang out. All right. Well, she couldn't want in the window, so let's see if we can close this more so it'll things in the way. I have a whole bunch of crafting jewelry that I need to do some projects with, and hopefully I can get to that one of these days on one of these shows. Close the blinds, but the still looks like oops. Still looks like it's completely open, even though it's closed. All right, that's good. Anybody still there? Okay. Marcy. How are you? Oh, good. Glad you're still here, Erin. Just looking in my bag of goodies here, my box of goodies. This is what I usually use to keep my jewelry bindings in and jewelry repair things. Just looking for a bracelet, a charm bracelet that I had been working on, but I don't see it. So curious to see. 3 more hours of work, huh? Hi, Edward. Thanks for coming by. We're just hanging out here. Curious to see if I have these cute little kitty stickers, and they're embossed, and they're from 1982 Hong Kong. So I have had them a very long time, as a lot of my stickers. Yeah, I have a lot of old stickers. So I was gonna see if these would fit in these little pendants, and I could make little pendants with them, with these little glass cabochons that can go on top. So I wasn't sure if they'd fit. Let's see if one can fit. So it does look like it'll go over a little bit on the outer edges. So I'm not sure if I like that, because that'll have to be cut off. See how the little ears stick out. So then that'll go over. Still might look cute anyway. But the ears will have to be trimmed a little bit. So yeah, I think I'll make a couple. See, once you push it in, the ears sort of, let's see if I can get to focus, fold in a little bit, and then with the cabochon on top, I'll glue that in. Yeah, I think it's cute. It fills the space nicely too. I think that's cute. I'm gonna just make a couple of those. And there's all different faces here. So let's just pick the ones that are small. This one's cute right here. This one. Thanks, Lorna. About this one. I like the little pink bow on this one. See if it'll fit. I don't know, without the ears, can you even tell it's really a cat? Without, yes, you can. It's cute. I like it. I mean, it's just a little pendant. Nothing fancy, but it's cute. How about this one? Let's see if this one works. This one works really well because the ears are down in this one, kind of down. And the face is a little bit smaller. Yeah, I like that one a lot. Can you guys tell I like Victorian cats? one of these days, because Victorian advertising had a lot of cats, and there was a artist that did a lot of cat illustrations that ended up in things like greeting cards, postcards, advertisements. And I cannot recall his name at the moment, but I am a big fan. I'm going to have to look it up, share with you. Let's see. Oh, by the way, if you weren't here when I showed the before picture of my jewelry casket that I was just working on, that's it. And I think it might have been silver plated. Oh, look at here. Gold leaf. Yeah, I even took a picture so I'd remember which one I used. Gold leaf. Well, that's okay. I went over it with antique gold. So this was the picture I took when I started working on it, and I thought, oh no, I didn't take a before picture or, put it on video so that I could share it with you guys. X-Acto knife. Hate to bob the ears, but it's okay. Oh yeah, I was looking to see how I get sidetracked. I was looking at the artist that I was talking about. Victorian cat artist. And no doubt he will be the first one. Yeah, Louis William Wayne, W-A-I-N. Born 1860, passed July 1939, was an English artist best known for his drawings, which consistently featured anthropomorphized, large-eyed cats and kittens. There was a movie where there's a movie about him with that guy that I can't remember his name. That guy. The Electric Life of Louis Wayne, or Louis Wayne. What's that guy's name? Cumberbatch. Benedict Cumberbatch. He did a movie about his life, about Louis Wayne's life. And Louis Wayne did lots and lots of different art, or lots of cats, obviously. Like I said, he did a lot of big-eyed, that kind of cats. I'm pretty sure all of these cats are his work too. And his style changed a little over time. There were some thoughts that he had gone a little crazy. Well, we all kind of go a little crazy, don't we? But yeah, I just love, I love that early Louis Wayne art. So cute. Yeah, you're crazy right now. Me too. Yeah, lots on Pinterest and everything. Just cute stuff. So a lot of times I'll see Victorian cats, and it'll be Louis Wayne's work. So what should I affix this with? I think I will use E6000. I'm going to put it on the back of the sticker as well as the front, because I'm going to get some toothpicks, because I don't trust the back of the sticker to really adhere to the piece, to the metal. just heard a noise downstairs. It's no doubt a cat doing something. It's always a cat doing something. Okay, once I open this, I want to be ready to go. So, once I open the glue, that is. So I'm going to get these positioned and ready to go. I'm going to glue these 3 on here, and then I'll go on to another project. Hope you all can hear me. I know I speak a little quietly sometimes, especially if I feel like I'm just talking to myself. Get that off there. And I know sometimes my microphone on my computer doesn't quite pick up everything, especially when I'm doing a video. It's frustrating why on lives it seems like people can hear me just fine, and then I go to record a video on the same device in the same position and everything, and they cannot hear me. So I don't know, technology. All right, it's probably going to squirt out a little bit. I tried to go sparingly on it, but that's how it goes. Something to wipe this on. So. Yeah, it's cute. You know, I like cute. E6000 is pretty easy to work with. If you get it on your fingers, you can rub it off. It's not like super glue where it stays on you forever. And then once it's dried, if there's little bits around the outside, they'll usually rub off. Cute little face. Yes, they're active kitties, Renee. Well, the sun's out, even more so than yesterday, which is so weird because I looked at the weather app, completely cloudy on the weather app. So I was like, oh, okay, no sun. It's going away again. No, the weather app doesn't know what it's talking about. Okay. Get on there. All right, you guys, I got to get serious about planning my Colorado trip. And I was just texting Heather Elizabeth today because one of my main looking at my tips. What does that mean? Anyway, I messaged Heather Elizabeth wants to know what my deets are for my trip. And I don't have them yet because I was looking for a flight with Alaska Airlines, which is what I normally fly. So I have their credit card and I use their points, use their miles, all that stuff. And they don't have a direct flight from Seattle to Colorado Springs. I'd have to fly into Denver, and I don't really understand that. Because Colorado Springs isn't a tiny place, is it? Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, I gotta press down this first one a little bit more because there's still glue in the way. So either I have to fly into Denver. Oh, the glue tips, yes. Even I have to fly into Denver and rent a car and drive to Colorado Springs, which is fine. I was thinking I'd rent a car anyway. Or find some other airline that flies into Colorado Springs. I don't know. A little messy-wessy. So I got to get on that. I'm not a fan of sitting and doing technology stuff. I get easily distracted and I sidetracked and I go on to another project and I get a phone call and have to deal with something else. And then I forget to go back to the original task. Maybe that's a common thing for everybody. That is frustrating. I do that a lot. Okay. I'm going to put the thing on because I'm not going to need this anymore right now, I don't think. I don't want it to dry up. Yeah, I'm all about, sharing info as far as, what I know about crafting and different little tips. I think that's what makes it fun. Stop it. I'm not adding glitter. Maybe I should have, but I didn't. Maybe the next ones I make will have glitter. Does it glow? Okay, so I did that. I have all these other kitty stickers. You're funny. I'm so glad you hang out with us. Renee, you're so sweet. Such a sweetie pie. You're a blessing. Blessing to our lives, I tell you. Well, I love all of our friends. Oh, yeah, you're ashamed of your E6000? Well, check mine out. Yeah, it's, I know how that goes. I need to roll it up from the bottom. I had some little tiny tubes before I went ahead and got this one again. I hadn't had them for a while. And where's Bonnie? Was Bonnie the one telling me? Somebody was telling me, maybe it was Spirit. Somebody was saying, make sure you have your good ventilation. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. I should probably put a fan in here because it says harmful. Where does it say that? Oh, right here. Vapor harmful. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I probably should, but I don't. And plus I'll get cold if I put the fan on, right? Yeah, so I should use it in a well-ventilated area. But I like this one. This one has a sweet, sweet kitten. There we go. Hello. Do I need some glitter, Renee? Oh my God, you hear John sneezing downstairs, you guys? Did you hear that? Ew. He's the sneeziest boy ever. These are wire cutters, but I'm going to trim his ear with it. I first bought these wire cutters, and they're not cheap. They're Lindstrom brand, which is, if you know jewelry tools, that's a good one. I used to only use them for like sterling silver wire and my good jewelry making things. And not anymore. I use them for whatever now. Kind of like when you have sewing or fabric scissors and you take good care of them for a while and then you change. Yours looks good as new. I don't know about that. These are so cute. Now, what am I going to do with them? I have enough jewelry to wear. It's not like I need to make more jewelry. I guess I could sell them. Okay, got those. Make a mess with the glue. Let's put that away. It's fun to make a mess with the glue, though. It's a lot of fun. Okay, now I have some wire wrapping I can work on. Let's put this stuff away here. So I was watching someone the other day on another channel opening and closing jump rings and having a lot of struggle with it. And I was trying to help her by saying, kind of describing how to do it. And then I realized, well, on my next show, I can just show people how to do it in case anyone wants to know. Of course, there are probably a million how-tos on YouTube already showing you how to do stuff like that. But why don't I show you too? Put these up here. It's always good to have a pretty little toothpick holder. There's a billion toothpick holders out there in our vintage world. So, oh yeah, I keep thinking of other things. So I made these clay Easter eggs and painted them. Which painting something this tiny is not easy. I don't know if you know that, but anyway, I keep looking at these thinking that they're like peanut M&Ms, which we actually have in the house right now. So gotta be careful not to try eating these, but I haven't put a clear coat on them or anything, but yeah, I'm gonna put them I have like a little mini Easter basket back here. Where is it? So I'm just gonna put a bunch of them in there. They're all different sizes, but I can put like sizes together. Aren't they cute? A little Easter basket. Yeah, this is how I work. I'm like all over the place. So I have these. So you might have seen me in my sales sell a couple of these for $3 each, which, I will still do. If anyone wants to add them to your box, I can do that. I don't know exactly. I mean, I have an idea of what some of them are. This one's definitely leopard jasper. These are, I believe, cherry quartz. So I was going to do this for things to sell for Valentine's Day, and then I ran out of time. These are labradorite, or these are labradorite. These are labradorite. These are something else. There's this kind of moss agate kind of thing. It's like a yellow. Most are just quartz family, basically. These are like a opaline. Hi, Pam. How are you? Thanks for coming by, everybody. Looks like candy to you too, yeah. So anyway, I don't know exactly all the stones, but most of them are quartz or jasper. And so my thought was I was going to do some wire wrapping. So I have 20 gauge wire and 18 gauge wire, both gold tone. I do also have this, which is silver tone. I think this might be 16 gauge. So without any specific plan in mind, except I just want to wire wrap these, I'm going to do it. Here we go. Let's see what happens. This might be problematic since it's already been used, but waste not, want not, right? Straighten it out. So I'm not sure if I want 20 gauge or 18. 20 is bigger and 18 is smaller. Yeah, they're neat stones. They're nice and polished. I also have this moss agate that is beautiful that a friend gave to me because she sold stones, and this one I thought had a blemish. Oh, I guess not. So this is screaming for wire wrapping. I might do it in this juxtaposition. You like the light blue, like this, or like this? This is kind of like an opaline. This reminds me of like Starry Night, that painting by Van Gogh. Hey, Bridget, how are you? How's it going? Hey, everybody, Bridget's going to be on my channel tomorrow for our Kitty Deals Vintage show. Sabrina's going to be out and Bridget's going to fill in. We're going to have a lot of fun. I hope you come and see us. She has an awesome channel. Check her out if you haven't already. Let's see. I think I'm going to do the 18. Okay, no, I'm going to do the 20. Okay, stay focused. Stay focused. Which one do I want to do? Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing you too. Let's take this off. I haven't done anything like this in a while, you guys. There's something to be said for that old saying, use it or lose it. It's after you don't do something for a while, you kind of lose your, well, muscle memory. I guess it'll eventually come back. So, hey Danielle, how are you? Oh, okay. I'll see you tomorrow, Bridget. You have a good appointment now. Hope it goes well. I have a few appointments this week, but they're all on Zoom, I think. If I'm remembering correctly. It's moving. I have to figure something else out. How do I want to do this? This is good. This can be my practice wire. It's not precious metal or anything. It's just gold colored copper probably. Let's see. So what do y'all want to chat about? Look at something on Pinterest. See if I can get inspired. Okay. $20 gauge, yeah. Oh, you try not to sleep on your lunch break. You're funny. Well, that is pretty. Okay. Looking at a tutorial. That's how they did it. Okay. Yes. I have to get rid of all this bent stuff. She's using 20 gauge, yep. Oh, wow. Just using like 10 inches to start with. That's a lot. And then, yeah, this is about the same size as what she has. A little more than an inch. Inch and a quarter. Let's check. Yeah, inch and a quarter, exactly.
Slightly larger or smaller bead, and it doesn't have to be a heart shape, of course. It can be circle or oval.
Oh, she's using, that's a bead pendant. That's cheating. No, that's not what I need. Because hers has a hole through the top and mine doesn't. That's not what I'm trying to do. It's like wire wrapping a marble, basically. Okay. I just got this wire in my armpit. Ugh. All right, let's see. Let's do this. Just do like this little free form wire wrap here. Twist it. Hold it on. Hi, my pal Sal. How are you? Thanks for coming in. We are just hanging out. Not doing anything particularly interesting. I mean, maybe this is interesting, but just hanging out. I just asked what people want to talk about. If there's anything anyone wants to discuss. Crafts, maybe. Anybody working on any fun projects? I'm just sort of freeform wire wrapping the stone here. Renee's trying not to go to sleep during her lunch break. I get to go walk a dog in an hour and a half, so I'm gonna go do that when it's time. Please feel free to promote anything you have coming up. If you have a channel. I guess I need a plan. I don't really have a plan going on here. I'm not feeling it. Oh yeah, I forgot I was going to show you guys how to open and close jump rings properly. I'll do that in a sec. All right. So here's a jump ring. Jump rings are a ring that has a cut in it. Did you hear John sneezing again? So a jump ring has it's a piece of wire that has a line in it. So it's open. Well, this one's closed, but the way you open it is to hold it like this with two different pliers. And then when you twist it, it goes like that. And then obviously to close it, and so you loop this on whatever you wanted to loop on, and to close it, you do the opposite. That way you maintain the integrity of the ring. The ring stays nice and flat. So some people like to just hold it with their hand and then like bend it and like open it like that. It makes it much harder to get it back down so that it's flat again. Thanks. So yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it. Two pliers. And then obviously it just is open as, only as open as you need it to be. And then back down. And then I like to just kind of run my pliers back over it. Get it nice and flat. This is just a like bronze. It's not very hard metal. It's pretty soft actually. And then, split rings are a whole different thing. Split rings is like your key ring where it overlaps, the ends overlap. There's these pliers that have a little notch on the end, and these are great for split rings, for holding those open. See, the pliers have a little notch right there. So those are great for split rings. Yeah, pretty easy. I used to do a lot of wire wrapping, but I haven't in a long time. I used to like to do like on these graduated round nose pliers. You can do a lot of fun stuff. Make little spirals. Make your own jump rings. This is actually incidentally how you make your own jump rings. You make a spiral and then you cut along that spiral. And what do you get? You get jump rings, which are just a piece of wire in a loop. It's really tiny, so it's probably hard to see, but yeah, if you wanted to make a whole bunch of jump rings, you just make a long spiral and then either cut with nippers, or if you have a jeweler saw, you could do that. But this is also good not only for opening split rings, but holding wire in the end there in the little channel. So let's see. Wish I had this figured need a plan, Stan. I am without a plan. Okay, let's just do this. I'm going to watch some more videos to figure out where I want the wire to go on these. I'm having a lot of trouble and my thumbs are hurting working with this wire. It is kind of tricky. Back about 20 years ago, I used to make a lot of jewelry. Times have changed. I'm doing a lot of other things. So I have these bracelets. Yes, that's interesting that you bring that up. So they're lepidolite stones. They're supposed to bring calming, similar to just taking like an anti-anxiety medication or something like that. I strung these on these beads on the stringing elastic that came with it. But I also usually what I use is this stretchy cord. It's clear stretch magic elastic. And then when I tie it, I usually put a little dab of jeweler's glue so that the knot doesn't come off. This one's getting a little bit loose, but surprisingly, this stuff that came with it does a really great job, because usually I'm skeptical of, this comes with it, free stuff, that comes with. Usually I think it's less quality, but yeah, the purple's great. But I got it for the energy properties of the stone, the lepidolite, that I hadn't really heard of before I was browsing on the internet one day. And yeah, so I got these 6 millimeter, I got these 8 millimeter ones, and I'm going to make a stretchy bracelet. And I think I might go ahead and restring that one too for myself. This one feels pretty good. I think I just made this one a little looser because I was skeptical of when I worry about making stretchy bracelets too tight, because they can come loose if you're constantly having to pull on them. So I'm going to use these 8 millimeters. And I have sold a few of these in my sales. At Halloween time, I had some that had orange and black and green, different semi-precious stones, as well as this purple. Looks like I have a couple 6 millimeter beads mixed in there. And you can see there's a variety of shades in here. So it makes it fun to kind of get a very natural looking stone. They're not dyed, they're natural color. Put these tools away. Yes. Oh, we are all struggling with anxiety. Oh, I think a lot of us are. Maybe not all, but a lot of us are. Just curious to see how many beads are left. If I have enough for another bracelet after this. I think I do. Yeah. Make one more after this. All right. I think that is this one. Thanks everybody for coming by and saying hello. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know if there's any projects you'd like to see me work on in the future. I'm trying to do this every week. And I think the hardest part for me is just coming up with what to do, honestly. I mean, I have little ideas floating around my head, but sometimes they get covered up with other stuff. This one's pretty. It has some different colors in it. Some black and white. It's neat. Oh, I wish I felt a little bit better today. I might take a decongestant. I've been having sinus problems, probably because everything's starting to bloom outside. Tree pollen and that kind of stuff. So I'll use all of these. Oh, there's a broken one. Hopefully I'll have enough. Yeah, it should work. Oh, thanks, Pam. What are you doing today, Pam? Are you working on any projects? Having any fun? No, I just do a double knot and then I put a little bit of this hypo cement on. Not a special knot. It's not. That's a good question. I haven't had any problems with it. Just do a double knot. I usually leave the ends on for a while because I like to play around with it and, you know, make sure it's nice and tight and get the glue kind of under all the parts of the tube, because you see it's kind of a thicker, stretchy tube as opposed to this, which again is not bad. It's just that I, because it was free, I wasn't sure it was going to be great. Well, look at me making a mess, but it is actually really good. It's like multi-strand. You know how when elastic from like undergarments and stuff, it kind of frays and it's like all these little threads. That's what this is. It's like little threads as opposed to this, which is like a silicone, like little tube. Oh, I don't know why I did this. I was looking for the end and it wasn't coming off right. Where's the end? There it is. Okay. All right, now I can wrap it back up. Crazy. So I'll use this too. I'll use this for restringing the one I just took off. Oh, you're going to crochet a little. Nice. I'm going to get my mom's sewing machine out one of these days soon and make some more of those bowl holders, because she had some started and they're all like put together, ready to go. They just need like the stitching around the outside. And I just need to machine stitch them. I probably should do some practice on some other things first, though, because I haven't sewn in a while and I've never used her machine. So I'm going to have to learn that too. It's probably a lot easier to use than my old one was, because it's a little newer. I'm going to trim the end because it's bendy. Yeah, so this is like fibrous, whereas the other stuff is a tube of, what is it made of? Probably silicone. not straight. There we go. Pam, what do you crochet? I like to do, I don't know if you're still there. You said you're going to go crochet a little. And I haven't had lunch. I finished a piece of toast right before I came on. I think I need to eat better today because my energy is a little low. I like to crochet like scarves, things like that are kind of easy to do without a pattern. But I would like to try working with a pattern one of these days. Make something a little more interesting than a scarf. Small things. Nice. Small is tricky too, a little hard on your hands, isn't it? To make small things like, what is it, origami? It's like the Japanese little animals. Let me see if I have a book. Not that one. Yeah, here it is. This. Oh, you make small embellishments. Neat. Have you ever made these little guys? I know. I think this was my mom's book. She used to make some of these. She's made like that little guy, the octopus. She made a couple cats, a couple dogs for me and my kids. It's a really cute book. A little hedgehog. Oh, gosh. What are these? Eggs? Oh my goodness. Stop. Look, there's even bacon. Oh my God. I know they're so cute. It seems like they'd be difficult, but I don't know. Look at the patterns right there. It tells you how to do it. Woohoo. Wow. Neat, Apple. Yeah, I'm just keeping this book because it's cute. I don't know if I'll ever do anything with it, but some of my mom's books and patterns and stuff, I just cannot let go of. Look at those little cactuses. Yeah. Frida Kahlo one, yes. That would be so cool. See, I'm even getting chills, you guys. What is going on with my body? I don't like how I'm feeling. I feel like I might be sick, but I don't think so. I've been, well, I don't know. You never know. Here's a little crocheted baby stuff. Knit. It's a book that my mom used. Oh my goodness. Look at those babies. I will never be able to make something. I don't think ever be able to make something like that. Those are so cute. Yeah. I mean, it's a baby model, right? These babies are models, okay? Look at that baby. Look at that baby. Seaside. And they're all white babies, too. Maybe this is I was just going to say United Kingdom. Something like Northern European, yeah. Get some more diverse babies in there, please. Get some more diversity in there. Look at that little wrap sweater. That's so cute. Anyway, I should probably sell this book because I seriously don't think I'm ever gonna make anything like that. But check this out. This was in my mom's stuff. This is a vintage book. Forget, I looked at the date. Of course, printed in Japan. It's down there. It has a slip cover on Dory is the name on there, but cute little patterns. For these like cloth dolls. I think it's from the 70s, early 70s. Coffee, food, Tylenol, water. Yeah, I'm trying to drink as much water as I can. I was just looking at my dad's discharge paperwork, and it says acute renal failure on it. And nobody ever mentioned to me that was something that was going on with him. Acute renal failure. All right. Does that just mean getting old and not much time left in a kind of a general term? I don't know. I did notice his eyes were looking jaundiced, like he looked like the whites of his eyes were yellow. Don't know if those things are related, but yeah, kidneys. Yeah. Which my mom definitely had going on too before she died. But she had diabetes for a long, long time. And she'd been going in and out of the hospital, being on diuretics to try to get her water weight off her because she was puffed up like a water balloon. So I was thinking going back and forth with that was making her kidneys shut down. But yeah. Oh, runs in your family on your dad's side. Well, apparently does on mine too. But like, why would the doctors not even mention that while he was in the hospital? Because for a psychiatric behavior. But to put that on his paperwork and then not even mention it to me, I'm just kind of a little puzzled. So I'm sure if he knows, he hasn't mentioned it to me. I'm always bugging him to drink more water. And yeah, he has a hard time doing that, remembering to do all that. All right. Well, this stuff knot's a little bit easier because it's not as thick and round as the other. It has some flat sides. I do like to knot it a few extra times. But I don't think I've had to put any glue on this stuff before. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty easy to do. And I leave the ends a little long at first in case I need to tighten them up. And then I'll trim them back. But yeah, it's still a little loose. Let me see if I can tighten it. They might be. You think he's on meds for it? Well, I've been handling his meds. I don't think he's on meds for it, but I'll have to figure it out. You like this one? He's on meds for his heart. I mean, his blood pressure, I should say. So he's slightly hypertensive, not too bad. He's on meds for Parkinson's. He's on meds for thyroid. He's on meds for mood. No, they didn't. I mean, they didn't have him on any kind of restrictive diet. He complains that the food where he lives isn't good, but I know that they feed him good thing or offer him good things. Whether or not he takes them and eats them, I don't know. He complains that, and I think it's because he and mom were very much used to restaurant food towards the end of their lives, and especially during the pandemic, they were ordering a lot of food to be delivered, and so he got very used to eating things that were high salt, high fat. And so when he went to live at this assisted living place, they had very good, they have very good food there as far as well balanced and low salt and things like that. And yeah, it's too bland for his palate. Exactly. And I'm telling him, it's not that the food's bad, Dad. You're just not tasting it like you used to. It's, and also Parkinson's affects your nerves, your how your brain senses things, and it could be his brain that's not telling him the things that it used to. It's tricking him in a way, and I try to tell him that, but he just doesn't get it. He thinks I'm not listening to him about the food being bad there, and it always causes more problems between the two of us. I get my anxiety up, and when I'm dealing with him with that stuff. And I try very hard not to argue with him. But yeah, he gets very obsessive. Like Sheldon from the Big Bang Theory. My dad is a lot like Sheldon from the Big Bang Theory. He gets very fixated on something and can't let it go. Yeah. Yeah. Wow, you did. Yeah, it's wild what happens to us as we get older. I don't know what's better, like aging and having all these things happen to us, or going before that happens. So he ate it thinking it had salt. Yeah. Well, you know what? So when I first moved out into that place, he would complain. He'd be like, I want to go to Burger King, or I want to go to McDonald's, or I want to, you take me to McDonald's. And I'm like, yeah, that's not good for you. Yeah, it is. It's good food. I'm like, well, okay, not in my opinion, and so I'd reluctantly take him, and then I'd be like, how was it? And he'd be like, okay. So I could tell, like, it wasn't what he thought it was going to be. So when he complains about the food where he lives, I can't argue with him, because you can't win. Yeah. Just can't win. Yeah, I know it's a hard question to answer. So here I'm trimming away the little edges on these, like where the glue is squeezing out, and also like where the sticker was sticking out. Hi, Kathy. Just couldn't seem to read a cookbook. Yeah. Well, yeah. When I shopped for this place where they lived, it looked to me like they had very good food. They were well rated with the food there, and everyone seemed to be happy with the food, including my mom when she was there. And Dad has done nothing but complain about it and emphatically insist that the executive chef should be demoted, and he is not an executive chef because he doesn't know how to prepare food. And they even met with Dad and the chef to try to get his dad's suggestions to see if he could make something that Dad would be a little more satisfied with. And they actually were talking about McDonald's breakfast and how Dad really liked McDonald's breakfast. So they were going to try to make McDonald's breakfast for him. And he said they did a pretty good job with it. But how healthy it was, I do not know. Why he thinks McDonald's is the be-all, end-all. I'm like, Dad, it's junk food. It's not good for you. He says, it is. What do you mean it's not junk food? Mrs. Dash. Yeah, that's true. That'd be good. Yeah, we used to have that back in the 80s when we were on diets all the time. And my mom probably was told not to have salt because she had heart disease. What are you going to do? I mean, he's going to be miserable no matter what. It'd be hard to live in a place like that, Kathy, where we're supposed to be gluten-free. Because who knows what you're going to get that comes out of the kitchen. But here's the weird thing, you guys. Over the weekend, after he was released from the hospital, he would call me so many times a day. And even while he was in the hospital, he'd call me so many times. But they would try to limit him a little bit. Yesterday, he didn't call me at all. And then today, nothing so far. And I'm a little concerned. Because usually he's calling about every little thing. These really turned out pretty cute. Cute, right? I love making this kind of thing. Instant gratification. Still working on this crazy camera. Cute. So cute. Yes, and I have all these to use too. So glad I saved my stickers. So yeah, got the bracelets. So I should go in about 10 minutes. It would overcook the meat, yeah. Yeah. It's hard because everybody's used to a different food preparation. It's hard to find some place probably that would have just what you want. So I hear his complaints about the food and I'm like, okay, well, you know what? And I don't tell him this, but if we moved him, it would be like the same thing all over again. There'd be something wrong with wherever we moved him to. Ooh, it's unbroken seal. Bond 527. And this is E6000. Bond Adhesives, Newark, New Jersey. This could be a vintage tube other than my mom's stuff. All-purpose cement. Well, good for glue for a while. Got enough glue. So let's see. I have a few more of these. I could make more kitties or I could make other things. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more. I guess it was a pack of 10. Yeah. Yeah. My mom was 25. Yeah. Yeah, Bonnie, you're right. Exactly. Well, we were figuring is that he's probably complaining a lot about just his loss of control and the change in his lifestyle because now he's not living independently. Mom's gone now a year and a half. And also, his Parkinson's makes it hard for him to move the way he used to. So, oh, good. You like the kitty bracelet? Thanks, Bonnie. I'm glad it's really fun. It's really fun piece. Yeah, it's a loss of control. So, and now the facility is requiring that he have medication management done by them, which I'd wanted to have before, but rather than allowing him to take it on his own, because I think he was taking it, but maybe not always the right timing. Where he might forget for a couple hours or forget to take his nighttime meds until the next morning, that kind of thing. So we're having them do the medication management, which is expensive, but they're allowing him to do his Parkinson's medication, which is every 3 hours on his own, which the Cinemet, the carbidopa, levodopa really only treats the symptoms. It can't treat the cause of the Parkinson's. So, if he misses it by an hour or so, that's fine. Or it's actually more noticeable for him when he needs it because he can tell when he's shaking more that he needs it. And then I also have a reminder set on his Echo, Amazon Echo thing where it says time to take your carbidopa, levodopa. So they're allowing us to compromise and do that, which means we don't have to pay an extra however many thousands for every 3 hours medication management. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Bonnie. Uh-huh. Sounds familiar. Yeah, Dad talks about how the caregivers at the assisted living are uneducated, and if you let him, he'll just go on, and everything's negative, unfortunately. So, yes, I did, Kathy. I got no further with that than just talking to them about it. They thought that because he's a Parkinson's patient, that would rule him out from being able to have those treatments, because anybody with a neurological disorder, I guess, they usually won't treat them. This is what the social worker told me. Usually won't treat them for behavior with shock therapy if they already have a neurological disorder like Parkinson's diagnosed. So, and as far as I know, my grandfather, who did have electroshock treatments, did not have a Parkinson's diagnosis. So. You were alone in it until end. Isis arrived the night before he passed. Yeah, I know, Kathy. Well, they even say that there's links to the behavior medication, the mood medication that he takes, and Parkinson's symptoms. So it could be that the medication that he takes is sort of causing his Parkinson's in a way, which I never really thought could actually be a thing. But I've talked to more than one professional about it who thinks that it is commonly affected, so commonly linked. Well, thanks everybody for coming by. It's been really fun to have you and just chat. Try not to overly focus or fixate on my dad and that again, but Yeah, acute renal failure. I was kind of surprised to see that on the paperwork when I was looking at it today. Looking it over again. Because, like I said, no doctor ever told me that he had that condition, not that I heard. My mom had that on her death certificate. I know, Kathy. I just don't know if it's good for me to go over it. I don't know. It is good to get it out. It is. I was, I have weekly therapy sessions on Zoom, and I'm still just getting to know this new therapist. She's very young, but I've told her, I've been kind of frustrated when I've spent almost my entire session talking about my dad. I'd rather not. I know he's a reason for a lot of my stress these days, but I still don't want to. I feel like it dominates my life a little bit. I might want to work on talking about other things in my life besides him. These are really cute. I think I am going to make some more kittens. See if anybody wants to buy them. It'd just be a couple dollars. Write a note with a timeline. Yeah, maybe I should just journal everything. I don't know. I just hope I hope I have everything in order for him. I'm meeting with a elder care attorney on Thursday via Zoom to see if our situation warrants their services. I was told by a friend that they used it for her mother-in-law, and her situation with assisted living and preserving their assets. So that's what I want to do. I want to try to preserve his assets as best I can, while he's still getting the level of care that he needs. Yeah, it's cluttering up my mind. You're right. You're so right, Kathy. That's why when I sit down to do something like this, I'm all over the place. It's hard to focus, Yeah, Apple. And it could be about, $5,000 or something to have that service, but it's probably worth it, especially if it ends up saving us money when it comes to his care, if there's some kind of benefits that we can get or whatever that I'm not aware of. So, yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make getting that figured out a priority and stop listening to my dad because he doesn't know what he's saying half the time. He's always concerned about spending any kind of money on anything, and yeah, peace of mind is priceless. You're right. Just like all the money I spent to clean out their house so I didn't have to do it myself. Physically, I wanted to save my body. And then emotionally, every time I went into their house, it would be a big emotional problem for me and make it hard for me to do anything else. So I spent $10,000 for them to pay a company to clean out the house. Gave jobs to some veterans, which I was happy to do. Gave work to those people. So, but it was hard to pay that bill still because I'm like $10,000. Yeah. Oh yeah, music. Yes, I have Dad. He can voice because he has trouble with devices and things like that. He can tell Echo play Johnny Cash or whatever. So we set him up with that, and we even got him an Echo show where it can show pictures and connect with the internet about information about different things and the news. And it's funny, when he was in the hospital the first couple days, he called and said, can you bring my device here so I can connect to the internet? And I'm like, well, Dad, it really only works on your Wi-Fi at home. And also, I didn't want to bring it because, well, it would just get lost. Like, they lost his slippers and they lost his shorts and one sock. So I ordered him new shorts because they were the shorts that Maddie, my daughter, got him from University of Washington bookstore. And so I just ordered him a new pair. And ordered him some new slippers from Amazon. But if I'd taken a device like that over there, no doubt I would have gotten lost. He's lost electric razors at places like that before, at hospitals. They don't keep track of your stuff. And if you're not going to keep track of it, then yeah, he couldn't keep track of it. So they don't want to keep track of your stuff. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I usually get some stuff done. But I wanted to get these done because I want to be able to sell some of these, and I feel like I'm going to sell them better if you can wear them, but maybe not. Maybe people like just having them laying around. They're pretty. They're kind of like worry stones. They're very smooth. Yes, and especially on the psych ward, the psychiatry unit. They're all running around. Yeah, your old shoes disappeared. So yeah, exactly. He's like, can you bring my electric razor? And could you bring this? I did bring his electric toothbrush because with Parkinson's, I don't think he can do it very well without the electric toothbrush. But I'm like, you don't need your razor. If you need to shave, they'll shave you. Don't. And he went with those slippers. That's why I didn't have any control over not sending the slippers. And he wears shorts all the time because of his Parkinson's. He can get them on and off easier when he goes to the restroom. So he wears shorts year round, which is maybe kind of strange, but he doesn't go outside very often. And he wears like polo shirts with like collars, like golf shirts, because he prefers a collared shirt to a t-shirt. He always has. So he's sort of vain in a way. Anywho, yeah, I love these. They're cute. Pretty sure these are Louis Wayne art. Well, I'm going to say goodbye. I got to go and do oh, it's AAA. Oh my gosh, that must be really narrow. Wow. 9.5 is my size, but I'm mostly a B width, average, let's say. Thanks everybody for coming by. I'm going to go and stop in and see Noodle. Maybe I'll take a little video to post on my channel. Every Tuesday, I'm supposed to go see him at 1 o'clock. So I'm going to go see him. I'll be back here for this show, for this crafting next week. I have it all scheduled out on my channel. Tomorrow, I'm going to have Bridget the Baker's Daughter on my channel for the show, Kitty Deals Vintage, while Sabrina's out. So please do come say hello. I'll make her feel welcome. And that's at 6 p.m. Eastern. So have a great day, everybody. Thanks so much for coming and chatting with me. I appreciate you all. Bye-bye.